Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet. My name is Amber, and we're on episode 11 or 12. So let's go ahead and get started. If you hear any noises, the kids are supposed to be sleeping. They're still walking around. So anyway, I've got lots to show you, and I'm going to pull them out of this bag as quietly as I can. So, I did the 2-button cowls that I was telling you guys about, and I did go back and fix this one. However, if you do something, you should always just do it the right way. So I actually went back and I frogged the ribbing that was on this side, and I slip stitched the way you were supposed to slip stitch all the way around, and then did the ribbing on the pink side. So now you get more of the pink, but then there's still pink over here. And then I did 2 big black buttons. Hopefully that looks okay. I don't have a lot of buttons. I even went shopping for buttons and I wasn't impressed, but anyway. And this again is out of that yarn that Joe gave me. So I like it. And I don't like pink, but it's not really pink, it's more of a purple. And I'm actually going to wear this because I'm down in the basement, the dungeon. And then this is the hat, in the same colorway. Now look at how this color came out, same color, but look at how it came out compared to the stitches in this, and the color pooling in the hat. Now this is Hannah's pattern. The Cotton Candy Slouch by the Cozy Cottage Crochet. Yeah. Anyway, Hannah. I'm probably getting that wrong. So, again, don't ask me to demonstrate hats, but I would totally wear it. And, you know, South Dakota. It's cold. So, and they work up so fast, you guys, especially in this bulky yarn. So what do you think? Did they go together? So I would, I would definitely be wearing my hair down if I wore a hat, because, yeah, because reasons. But anyway, that's the Cotton Candy Slouch. And this is Rell's pattern. Rell from the Dobberling Hook. If you haven't gotten it yet, you should. Oh, by the way, Rell has donated either a 1-button cowl or a 2-button cowl for when we have our 500 subscriber giveaway. We're almost there. We're not there yet. We have a few days. I haven't turned 40 yet, so we're alright. As of today is Wednesday the 10th, I believe, and next Wednesday is my birthday, so we can do it. 500 before then. No pressure. Alright, here is another one. This is, and my hair is going to be all kinds of messy when I'm done with this, so you guys can you'll just have to bear with me. Same pattern. So this is just that all pink yarn, and then the matching hat is the one I did with the beanie, or the ponytail. I could have gone probably 1 row shorter, and now this one's tight on me, so snug, I guess, but it would be, I don't know. I could have gone 1 row shorter and it would have been enough to finish it off. So, anyway, those. So I'm planning on hopefully selling those as sets. That's my intent. But I'm kind of freaking out. Like I've said on my Facebook page, I'm freaking out. I've got a craft fair on August 2nd, which, as you know, as a crocheter, is not a lot of time to be getting pieces done. However, I am pleased with the amount of pieces I have been getting done. So these are those old army color buttons I was telling you guys about. Hopefully you can see that. I think they go well. So that was the cowl I already had done. And then I have I had one hat done, but I got a second one done. So I'll make one more cowl because I've got enough yarn for that. And then I'm going to try the fingerless mitts, like I said, from Randy's pattern, from Random Randy's Ramblings. And I've got enough extra yarn. I'm thinking for the Jiffy yarn, I might do pom-poms. I'm not sure. The other ones, I don't have any yarn left. I mean, there was like, yay, yarn left. But I am pleased that I'm using the whole ball up. I'm not having extras. So that's a plus. So, speaking of Rell, hi Rell! It is the Rell Hour, and excuse my bending over here, and the crinkling. I decided I was going to grab yarn, and I was going to, okay, so upstairs where my chair is that I film sometimes, there's yarn in a pile beside my chair, and I sit there to block that yarn from the kids getting to it, right? And I'll tuck it away when I leave the room or whatever, or I'll have like Michael or Jacob sit in my chair so they can watch my stuff so they don't get needles or pull out yarn or pull out projects or whatever. But normally that's where I sit to protect the stuff unless I'm making lunch or supper, and then everybody is out of the room so I can do that. We had one time where Connor beat us to my chair and he spilled my coffee over the yarn pile, and there was tears had and some cussing by me, and so, but anyway, back to Rell. Okay, Rell from the Dabbling Hook has an octopi, or octopus, pattern, or not necessarily pattern, but an how-to on how she does her octopuses. So you're not having to sew in 8 limbs, which I absolutely agree with, and I don't sew my tentacles in. I do almost the same thing, except for I'm chaining and going down and coming back up. So mine, I guess, are technically jellyfish when I make mine. But these are so cute. So my red one looks a little angry, and maybe it shouldn't be in red. Like I said, I just grabbed a ball of yarn. Any ball I had there, scraps, you know, I mean, I got tons of balls. When I go to thrift stores, they come like this. Or they'll be in small hanks or small skeins of leftover yarn, and I'll just roll them up. So I have lots of stuff like this, and I'll just grab one and go. But enough of that. I'm rambling. Sorry. Okay, so here is octopi number 1. And you all know what kind of yarn this is. This is Red Heart. I'm not sure the colorway exactly. And I couldn't really get a mouth on him because of the way it pooled. There really wasn't an option. I was debating on the eyes too because they look kind of dark. But he's still cute. It's just cool. And then this dark one. Now I like the smile on that one. That one came out perfect. That one just makes you smile. So, and again, there's the bottom. Now, Debbie was worried about her bottoms when, Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter was worried about her bottoms as far as the stuffing poking out. And I tell you, mine aren't perfect. I mean, you do see some holes. And I go around and I have an extra long yarn tail, sometimes on purpose. And I go around and kind of pull those stitches together a little bit if I think there's too many holes. Now, if you're really a perfectionist and really don't want to have anything like that showing, so your top looks like your bottom, you could make a bottom piece and sew that on there. That defeats the purpose of having to sew extra things on, but it also looks, it looks like the top instead of like this. So those could be an option for you. Again, if you don't want the holes that are created from the decreases on the bottom to be there, use some extra yarn to sew in the gaps, or you can crochet a whole completely different piece and add it on there. And sometimes I do that, so it just depends. So there they are, and they don't balance because some of them are overstuffed and some of them are understuffed. But this is all worsted weight, guys. All the same stitches. Oops. Where's my eyes? Okay. Look at the difference. And this is old. Let's see. Sayella yarn. Like old Kmart yarn. So it pulls really, I mean, it's a worsted, but when you pull it, it kind of squeaks when you crochet with it, and it's and then it kind of bounces back. This is Red Heart, but it's been wound for a very long time, and so it's kind of thin. And this one is just regular Red Heart, but it was definitely thicker on my. You could tell it was thicker. It still had the plumpness to it. So those are done. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to ramble. I don't get to talk to adults, so you're my adults. Hi. Okay. So Valerie was discussing, can her patterns be made into, or made with smaller yarn? Can they be transformed? And again, Rell, I know, has done several of her patterns in regular yarn. So this actually is Caron Simply Soft white, and then some of that pink crazy yarn my mama had that I made her purse out of. But look at how cute it came out! And then it's fuzzy, and it's soft, and look at, it's tiny. Now, I don't have another one of the bunnies with me. No bunnies, no bunnies. Let's see. Of course, I can't find it. Sorry, bear with me. No. My chubby panda is buried in the bottom of the bin, so I can't get to it. But anyway, that chubby panda was probably yay big. And so that's the difference it made, really. So I would guess at least a 2-inch difference, if not more, 2.5, 3. But this is something definitely that the kids at for the Mal, for the make-along, for Garfield could get. I mean, they could hold it in their hands and they could play with it. And the floppy ears are what makes this bunny. Bloop. So the only difficulty I had was with the eyes, and I went down to a 3.25 hook for the black crochet, or for the eyes. I was gonna do safety eyes, but then I decided no, and then I thought, okay, maybe I'll do a button, or maybe I'll find I don't know what I was thinking, but in the end, I came back to crochet. Stick with what you know, okay? At least that's my opinion. And so, and my eyelashes are not even, and the pop from the yarn kind of just comes out in weird places, so she kind of looks angry. But it does work. So I'm going to be making a chubby panda, and I'll probably make a couple more of these, and I've got some more crazy yarn up there. I'm going to do some other things for the make-along. So I am making stuff with you guys, and I appreciate it so much. You guys, if you have not watched the video, we got our first box for the mail, and for the make-along for Charity or for Garfield, and it had 21 hats and 8 scarves. 21 hats and 8 scarves. I was so excited. And I did talk to the lady that sent the box, and she did send me the patterns via email. So I will go back on that video and attach the link she gave me. And then I will put those links down below this video too. And then I will try to post them on the Facebook page. Not the page itself, but like in a file. So you guys can look at that and then click on them at your leisure. But yeah, so super excited. Now the scarf pattern, that might be a different story. I might have to, I don't know if I can share the pictures she sent me. I'm waiting to hear back, but I am going to make that scarf, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to get that information to you guys. But anyway, there's that bunny. I was so excited that she sent that information. And I was so thankful for you guys for all the support. And you're absolutely right. Those patterns were, those are like, I want to make that pattern. That's exactly how I felt too. Oh, what do you guys think? Do you want a spider? Anybody want to come visit? I can share. I didn't know what to do for the eyes for this. Now, okay. Remember I said I grabbed a ball of yarn and I went with it, right? So, I went and grabbed the Caron Simply Soft leftover ball that I had from the bunny, and I found this fun fur and decided, okay, well, let's make an octopi. And then by the time I got done with it, I was like, I don't think a black fuzzy octopi is going to work. So I was talking to Kim, and I'm like, so what do you think? Spider? Monster? What do you think? So anyway, I decided on a spider, and I left the tail up here so I could decide if I want to put a hook on it or if I just want to make it a toy. Obviously it's not a toy for a small child. Now, it's just, basically it's the octopus pattern, except for I added legs. And I used a J hook. Yeah, 6.25. I used a 6.25 on this too. But then I used my breastfeeding tubes. I don't have any down here. But I saved all that. My mom works at a hospital, and she saved all the tubing and stuff for me when I was breastfeeding the last 4 kids. And so I kept all that stuff in a bag. And so I crocheted around the tubes. And what I did was, because the plastic tubes are hollow, of course, I cut or snipped just a small slit into the tube, took my yarn needle, put the thread through there, so it's fastened in there. It's not going to slip off the end because it's slippery. Excuse me. So each leg end is kind of different, just so I could make sure that they were all on there. They're not going anywhere. But I just crocheted around it. And, you know, my fun fur, like, okay, so this actually is the outside of the crochet. Because all of my fur, all the black, or most of it, was on the inside of the ball. So, it's inside out, but who's going to know? Except for you guys. So anyway, there he is. And that tubing went right through. I just put the tubing right through. I didn't have to sew anything on. It's in there. And then I did sew. I made sure that when I got to the actual body, I attached it. Did a single crochet and a slip stitch. And then I wove all the ends into the body. So It looks kind of creepy. Okay. Sorry about the spiders. Should we go on to something cuter? Oh God, that'll be the thumbnail. Here is the puppy from String-a-Ding-Ding. Stringy-Ding-Ding. She has a web page. And there is my ketchup and mustard. Now, I put it on my Facebook today asking how much you would charge for this. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. There's 4,300 and approximately 20 stitches in this puppy. 4,300 stitches. It's cute, but I don't know that it would be profitable for the time that it took, the amount of stitches at a craft fair, for what people would be willing to pay for it. So, I mean, I'm thinking 18 or 20. Randy said, you know, maybe start at 25 and go down. But this here alone was 2,000 stitches because it's double. It's a tube basically. So it's a free pattern, and it's a good pattern. I followed it just fine. But it did take me a little while because it's just a lot of single crochets. And perspective, that's almost 9 rows on my king size blanket. So, but he's cute. Now I had to tag down the ears a little bit because mine were literally sticking like straight up. So, I like him. I might make another one just so I have 2 on display. But again, I don't know how much I could charge for him. And him actually sell. So, but he's solid. He ain't going anywhere. Donnie laughed at this one. So, at least I know I did something right. Well, ladies and gents, that is all I have. I've been, like I said, trying to make a bunch of things for the craft fair and get everything set up. I feel like my sale on Etsy went over pretty well. If I can, I will try to get some more items up here soon, in the next few days. I will be out of town Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to go have a girls' weekend for our birthdays. There's like 3 of us that all have birthdays in July, and so we like to kind of hang out, at least for a day or so. So Don's been preparing for that for a couple weeks that he knows I'm leaving. But anyway, I'll try to get some more stuff up in the shop. I was able to order my stuff from Amazon that I wanted to get with all the purchases, so that was helpful. Thank you very much. And Don got paid last Friday, so I went grocery shopping, and with all my shopping trips and it being the 4th of July week, they had a whole bunch of stuff on Ibotta, and I was able to make almost $35 from Ibotta just last weekend. And that was amazing because, I mean, I paid bills with that money. So because with Ibotta now, you can transfer that money to your PayPal account. Thank you. Thank you very much. Or you can, you know, get gift cards for Joann or Burger King or Amazon, Walmart, so things like that. But if you're one of those people, and I know you ladies and gents out there shop online a heck of a lot more than I do because I don't have the money. But with all your yarn hauls and all your other stuff that you guys do, if you don't have Ibotta, you really should, because there's a 1% cashback on Amazon. Sometimes that goes all the way up to 6%. Sometimes they have Etsy. I am a little upset and heartbroken. Right now they do not have Joann's. I tried to call customer service, and they're like, they only offer so many retailers at a time. But again, I'm disappointed that they don't have Joann's. That was my favorite store to go shopping to and at 10% back, that was a huge savings, or even 5% back online. So hopefully they bring it back, especially, you know, towards fall when we're all going to be crocheting for Christmas time. I'm hoping they bring it back. It's still in their advertising, which makes me think that they will. But anyway, so if you don't have Ibotta yet, I'll put my link code down there. And then one of our lovely subscribers did sign up with my link, so I appreciate that very much. So what else? I haven't worked on the king size blanket because I haven't been down here. We had a little problem with rain, which we got fixed, but every time we've had like 3 or 4 downpours in the last week and a half. So every time it rains, I feel like it's going to come in my room. And so I've got a fan back here, and I'm kind of like, please don't come in my room. But everything's up off of the floor. You see all the bins. You guys, you see I cleaned up. Most of it is cleaned. There's a couple boxes here I still have to go through, but so that video will be up maybe later tonight if I can get my gear in. Again, if we can get to 500 before my birthday, I'd appreciate that. That'd be amazing. And I will have a giveaway. I know I'm going to try to do either a Plarn bowl, yarn bowl, or a crocheted Plarn bag, like a little handbag. And who knows what else I'll come up with. So I don't know about yarn. We'll see if it's in the funds or if I can find something. But they'll be the Rell's pattern for sure, and then we'll see what else we can come up with. So anyway, if you need my address for the make-along, and you're not on Facebook or Ravelry, you can email me at amberjoy21@yahoo.com, and I can send you my address. Just make sure that you title it mail for charity or mail for Garfield, and then I'll know what you're emailing me about. So take care for now. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing. I appreciate that so very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.